Welcome to the newsstand of the hottest new podcast, Opinions 2 Million, with your hosts, Big G, Money Mo, and Shawnee, where we'll be discussing the latest and greatest heat from the culture. Man, did you hear that beat drop? You ain't ready. Let's get straight into it. Opinions to reach 1 million followers, opinions to reach $1 million. New pod dropping every week. I officially welcome you to Opinions 2 Million Podcast. Let the beat rock. Welcome. We back for another fire episode, man. We got episode 6 in the building. We got the whole squad in here. We got Money Mo, we got Big G, and we got Shawnee. And we had to bring them back by popular demand. We got Mr. Mans back in the building. What's going on, Mr. Mans?
What's going on, everybody? Nice to see you again.
Yo.
Yes, sir. We had to run this one back to get Shawnee in here. We had missed him on the last episode, on episode 4. So we had to run it back.
Yeah.
We had to get
it's all good.
Complete the circle.
That was one of the best episodes. I just couldn't make it. We need to trade back on here with me.
Yeah, we want this one's gonna be fun.
We're gonna have to run it back. Mo, hit us with the topics. What are we talking about today?
What's up? I'm Money Mo. Let's break down these topics. For the first topic, we're gonna talk about Certified Lover Boy. You know what I'm saying? The greatest album this year just dropped.
Week.
We're gonna talk about we're gonna go a little off topics with these next ones. We're gonna talk about, would you rather have dinner with Jay-Z or $500,000? It's kind of a meme, so it's like, bear with this. We're gonna ask the question: is it a bigger red flag for a single man to be over 30 or a woman to be over 30? And then we're gonna run it back to back with a topic about, is college worth it? And what would you do with $1,000 if it was randomly given to you right now in your situation? And then we're gonna end it with breaking news about the COVID vaccine mandate, and we're gonna ask for your opinions. So without further ado, let's start it off with that Certified Lover Boy. One of y'all started off, because I'm gonna end on that.
Man, that joint was pure garbage.
Wow.
I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. I know I gave a harsh critique of Donda the last week, but man, Donda was pure excellence compared to that garbage Drake put out. And let's keep it a stack. I ain't a Drake fan, but that was not in Drake's top albums at all, man. He really dropped the ball on that joint. It sounded like some trash.
Really?
I think so.
Really?
Man. That's consensus. That's consensus. Everybody's saying.
What did you give Donda on a scale of 1 out of 10?
Gary didn't listen to Donda for keeping it real.
Yes, I did, man. After I got unhypnotized.
I don't have you listening to no Donda, yo.
From the satanic chant on track 1, I was able to go back and give it a little listen. I give Donda probably like a 6.5, but that CBL, man, that joint was a pure 5.
Wow. Wow.
Let me hit you like this.
I gave it an 8.5.
Yeah.
Stop it. Let me hit you like this. If we really, I'm gonna let y'all go ahead, but I gotta say this real quick. If we look at like the substance of what people were talking about on Donda versus CBL or CLB, whatever it is, that just take Dirk, for example. On Donda, Dirk was talking about him losing his dead homies, his brothers, his cousins and stuff. And
the whole thing.
CBL, he was talking about promoting his girl's makeup beauty line, yo. That whole album was just off. Drake really, the fact that Drake even let Dirk get on there and promote his girl, like he really should have checked that, yo.
Hey, man, it's a money game.
Nah, yo.
Money game.
It's a money game, yo.
Y'all are really
obviously, you know, with Donda, obviously is named after his mother that passed away, God rest his soul. And all he talked about, right, it hit the soul. I mean, you talking about that situation, and he's talking about how Kim left him and all the issues that he's got going on with his depression and everything. So he might can most likely relate to more people out there in the musical world that love music. But I can see where you come from there. But to give
that
Drake's album a 5,
scary
out
for
of the
Drake.
nonsense,
That's crazy.
out of the nonsense I heard you listen to. About
Right.
shoot 'em up. I shoot 'em up. Come on, man.
So I'll say it like this. I thought that album was mediocre for one. Drake album, for the Drake album. And second, him naming the album like Certified Lover Boy, I thought he was gonna be in his feelings. That's the only thing I'll give him. Like, it wasn't like an emotional like album. It was like it was all like unreleased tracks. That's the only credit I give him. It was like actually like good music in terms of like you can listen without having that mindset of the light skin music that he usually puts out. That's the only thing I liked about it. Other than that, it was like it seemed as if it was just like all of his like regular other mediocre, like his just regular works they didn't put out, and compiled an album and just threw it out there.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
It was nothing special.
Every time
it's something you can find like his songs like that on SoundCloud, like his unreleased. But look,
every time Drake drops an album, people hate it at first. Take Care came out when Take Care first came out. It was like, oh, he's soft.
You know why that is?
Because his music ages like fine wine.
Because people don't actually like Drake's music. You guys, you fanboys love
until
Drake.
they come years around.
You guys don't love his music.
Y'all second fanboys.
Those are Stan, low key.
Yeah,
you guys don't love the music. You don't love the music. You guys love Drake. Low key, y'all got like crushes on Drake.
No. The music is amazing.
There's no way. There's no way you can sit on this microphone and say that Drake is just trash and that you don't like anything Drake came out with.
I think he's like
there's no way.
Mediocre. Like he's not great, but he's not horrible.
The people y'all listen to, give them 10 years.
Be specific.
Exactly.
How is y'all? What people are y'all listening to?
You and Z.
Me and Gary got different mutations. We just both don't like Drake.
Lil Durk 5 years from now will not be relevant.
I don't listen to
real. Okay, who you listen to?
How you gonna say Dirk's been in the game?
Listen to 6 9
But Dirk hasn't been on Drake's level.
No, exactly.
But he said doesn't listen to Dirk. Listen to what he has to say.
Drake is the decade.
People listen to music. People listen to music for different reasons, yo. I only listen to music to turn up. I don't sit around the house listening to music.
So you can't even have an opinion on the CLB.
Right.
Yes, I can, because I listened to it. It was trash. At least if I'm gonna get on my feelings and start crying, it wasn't even like a Marvin room, yo. The joint's called Certified Lover Boy.
Yeah,
it wasn't one joint on there.
He could be on this. It's a toxic rapping type.
Let me ask you this: you ain't like that knife talk? You ain't like that knife talk?
No, that 21 Savage verse was weak, yo.
7 a.m. in Berto Lane, or Berto Path.
You only like that because you try to take shots at Kanye.
Nah, he's in his bag. The way he talks.
Yeah, that's the only reason why you even like it.
Mo, give me real opinion.
Go ahead,
Stop being such a stand.
See, all right, look. So let me tell you this. Gary likes Take Care, so we're gonna set that straight. But what I'm gonna say is this: when he talk about Certified Lover Boy, I know people. Certified Lover Boy, he don't have to rap about soft stuff. It could be a toxic rapping type style, and he did that. But like Drake's catalog, like you compare it.
Stop talking about the catalog, Mo. Talk about CLB.
No, CLB, it'll do numbers.
What does it rank?
Like it.
I don't care about
Obviously, it's going to do numbers because there's like families that go out there.
It's going to age like fine wine.
Where does it rank in his albums, Mo?
Girls want girls.
That's boy, this joint is some Capriccio. It ain't no fine wine.
But what Kanye songs? Gary, hold up. Name 2 Kanye songs on the album.
Donda.
On Donda.
Donda.
Here you go.
Donda. Chant. What was it?
And Kill.
Donda Chant.
And Jail Part 2 with the baby. Donda Chant and Jail Part 2 with the baby.
Took you too long. Guess it wasn't that good.
Okay.
Took you too long. It wasn't that good.
I got 5 songs.
See, that's the difference. You Drake fans got it memorized. Like you guys love.
We
him.
don't.
No, it's good music. Just like y'all know, the people that y'all like, y'all remember the song because it's good music to you. That's just your opinion.
Man, this man.
So Anthony, when you get Trey, we talked about this with Anthony last time. He said he's gonna get the part.
The 21 Savage ripped that joint. So
he went crazy. He went crazy.
Whack 100 when you get that upside his head.
Yo,
oops, upside your head.
Hey, Whack was president back in the day.
Nah, Mo, for real, I really want to hear what Mo think, yo. Don't give me that PC stuff. Was the joint weak or not? Was it living up to the expectations?
That was fire. It was fire.
Did it live up to your expectations? Did it live up to your expectations?
Like, is that you could sit here?
I told you. I've been told y'all that.
It's okay, Anthony. You realize you can still be a fan and still be upset with like the album. Like it wasn't.
I told you I wasn't a big fan of views and stuff like that, but it grew over time. But this one it hit on the first day.
That's a fact.
Right, but his music ages like wine. If I like it the first day,
I'm gonna tell you like this. I give him 2 months. Them boys gonna be over there singing the same songs.
Exactly.
Way
too sexy. Way too sexy.
Or maybe
that way too sexy is too tough, yo.
That don't go hard.
the fact that he used that song as a sample is he's just different, yo.
Exactly.
Are you kidding me? He took a whole new culture of a genre of music and mixed that joint. You're crazy.
Right.
That man said, I'm too sexy for my shirt. I'm like, no, you know how many kids probably don't even know what that is? Like that song?
That classic rock joint. Yeah.
Yo,
hyping it up.
Stop.
You're really hyping
no,
it up.
it's the matter of only good music gonna last. Only good music gonna last. All that other bull crap.
Let's get to the numbers.
And gone tomorrow.
So do you think
exactly? You know what album that came from?
Yeah.
I really want to break this down for
Pound
y'all.
Cake, wasn't it with Jay-Z?
Jay-Z.
I'm going around the room. Shawnee, you think Donda was better than CLB? Yes or no?
Of course.
But
all right, Trey.
Shawnee didn't listen to it.
Mr. Mans.
I did. No, I actually did
Mr.
listen
Mans,
to it.
what's your answer?
I listened to one.
No,
Donda was not better. No.
Mo, what you think?
No.
All right, now let's break down the numbers. First day, Drake broke records with 140.
Well, we talk about Apple Music,
streams.
right? Not Spotify. Apple
Music, right?
Oh,
the
no.
second day, his numbers
you talking about Spotify. That's
significantly dropped down.
No, you talk about Spotify. That was Spotify. Kanye's
Let's
platform.
get the numbers correct, sir. The numbers went from 140 million to the second day, like 90 or 80 million. Kanye's numbers significantly rose his second day. And then you got to take on that.
Because he dropped it on a Sunday. He dropped it on a Sunday.
Mo, that doesn't matter. Look, I'm going to tell you, yo. Then you got to take into account that Kanye previewed his album 3 times before he dropped it.
But some of Drake's leaked.
I'm sorry, Anthony. I'm sorry. Kanye's fans are more mature. They got 9 to 5, so weekend was the best day.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Numbers wasn't looking too good for Drake, yo. The statistics is going in my favors. People took a listen. It was like no replay value.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That was Spotify too.
I mean, it's just opinions, music at the end of the day, but man,
so
Drake did not live up to the expectations.
Dropped?
End of the day, come with a classic.
Let's
they come
see.
around it. You lay his ass like it's a sleeper.
All right, man. We're gonna keep it moving on to this next topic because you know the stands are gonna ride for Drake no matter what. It's a shame.
He's like, I prefer to be calling a fanboy than
Oh my goodness.
Oh Lord.
The next thing that's been taking social media by storm is this conversation of would you rather have a dinner with Jay-Z or $500,000? What would you rather do? Are you taking the dinner with Jay-Z or are you taking the cash? Shawnee.
I'm taking
the cash, but the funniest thing I saw on Twitter was like, it's like you and Jay-Z sitting there after 5 minutes, so you just ask him like, what does the Z stand for? Like he's not gonna give you any information, bro. Like, I mean, even if he does, if you're not willing to act upon it, you're not gonna be able to do anything. So I'd go with the 5K. If you got the mindset, you can do it.
That's a no-brainer, man. I'm definitely taking the cash.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I'll roll the dice on that one. Give me the cash, and I'll help myself out.
If you really wanted the dinner with him, you take that 5K or 500K, and then maybe get a dinner for him for how much ever it costs. It's not going to be more than the 500K.
Right.
You can get both. I mean, if you really
want
smart.
I'm taking the cash, but the argument is that
he'll put you on.
He'll put you on. You give it a blueprint. If you're working with something, I think people.
You don't know that. That's the problem. You don't know. What do you want to tell you?
But it's an opportunity. And you know how much people pay for opportunities? People pay big money to get in the door with somebody.
You're right.
Like
because people that go to them seminars and all that other bull crap.
Z's like, what about Jake Paul? It's like,
we ain't gonna
I think, man.
No, I think if you have capital and you don't know where to put it or what to do with it, and then in that case, like, oh, Jay-Z might be the right, because he might come with you with like, oh, this is a good business investment that we can do. And that's what. But if you don't have anything, or not in anything, but you know what I mean, if it's like he's not going to do you any good, just take the 500K.
If you're not financially stable to look at your bank account and you got 500K, take your tail to that dinner. I mean, take the money. But if you do have the money, go to the dinner because you can get more knowledge.
I don't think that's necessarily the case. It's on, does he add value to what you're doing?
Yeah.
To me personally,
it depends. Yeah.
He doesn't add value. The money would be more valuable. But if I'm started signing, like back in the day, I tried to sign Z when he was trying to be rapping for $1,000.
Oh my Lord.
If I would have signed him and I got me a couple other little artists, then the dinner would be better. Because you remember Jay, they didn't give him a record deal, so he went and started his own label. So if I was pursuing that path and he told me where he went and we could talk about that to dinner, that would be valuable.
Hold on. 500K just put in crypto. We out. Yeah, 500K is a lot of money. I got
a side note.
You could do so much with 500 though.
I got a side note. If anybody actually wants to hear me rap, drop it in the comment below. Maybe Gary with Simon will put something out.
What you rapping about?
No, that's the whole suspense.
I want to know what you rapping about, Skip.
No.
Go drop a comment.
Yeah. You got better drop a comment. If we get enough, then we might shift.
How many comments we need for you to rap on the next show?
10.
10. Nah, we thought at least 100. At least
100 comments.
I mean, for all we know, Anthony could just be sitting there commenting like one every second, and 100 is there. I'm joking. 100 different
100 different people need to comment on this episode.
No, 50 different people. 50
comments of different folks
on YouTube.
In order for you to rap on this platform.
Yep.
Boy, I know one thing. You better not stumble.
So it
Trey's about to make these fake burner accounts and start commenting.
It looks like it's a consensus. Like we all taking the money. Is there any circumstance where you would take the dinner? You wouldn't take the dinner?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
I'll put $100,000 in Ethereum. That joint will triple down. Anybody taking dinner with
I mean, like I said, the only time would be if you had so much money and you're looking for a business opportunity. Then I'd maybe sit down with him and not take
500,000.
But if you already have so much, that 500,
I'm paying 400,000 for a dinner. It's like
Jay-Z definitely is not accepting $500,000 for a dinner, yo.
You can go to his concert. You can definitely go to his concert and be like,
it's gonna cause you, like, say if you and Trey talking about y'all, if you don't have the money in the bank, but if you have the money, it's definitely ready to cost you. I would say probably up to 5 if you don't have no connections to get in the vicinity where you can talk to Jay-Z. You're gonna have to put some serious capital out to even get around him,
get close to him
to be and have some conversations. So I think if you're in a position where talking to him is gonna help you out. And did you see that even Tidal tweeted out?
Yeah, take the 500.
Take it to cash. I don't think it's about money. I just think if you have $0 and you're trying to do music and you're trying to start a label and stuff, I think taking a dinner would be beneficial. But
you guys
don't think so, Mo? You got to explain yourself, man. You talk.
No, it's just like
this crypto.
So when I went to a concert, like when I used to go to concerts, it was like I went to a Drake concert. It was $500 for a meet and greet. 500, okay. So
wow,
you can even pitch it to him like right then and there. So 500,000 is a lot of money. The only way I can see it if Jay-Z was like, "Oh, I feel bad he didn't take the $500,000."
But no, that meet and greet, you got like 30 seconds to sell yourself. Where
they're not talking to you.
Yeah, that dinner, he's gonna maybe like.
But I'm saying you could definitely make a situation happen. I'm saying you could invest the whole 500,000, triple, quadruple it. So it's like.
Speaking of paying people for meeting, remember when Kanye paid a stripper to talk to her about
for $16? I'm done.
She snitched afterwards. Anyways.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it moving, man. What are we talking about next?
This is my favorite one right here. What is a bigger red flag? A single man over 30 with no kids, or a woman over 30 with no kids? We can do it with or without kids. Let's go with
No, it ain't tough.
Yeah, you're right. So obviously with the kids, without kids, it's a woman. But if they both I guess do have kids, dang, that's the other one of y'all going to come back around.
Don't
try not to get caught up.
Right. Watch your tone, son. But my opinion is, if you are a man over 30 with no kids, I wouldn't say it's a red flag, because all we have is time. We can reproduce, as old as we alive. But for the woman, if you a man trying to start a family and the woman is over 30 and she ain't got nothing yet, chances are, I mean, the biggest thing for a woman is time in the womb. So that's your biggest thing as a woman that you offer the man. And the helpmate, obviously. So if you want to get married, that's another episode. We'll get into all that.
Yeah.
But time in the womb is the biggest thing for a woman. So when you over 30 with no kids and you're not even on the dating scene, that's a tough call, man. So I would say the woman is a bigger red flag. Like, all right, why you ain't got nothing?
Right, exactly.
So hey, that's my opinion.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with Trey. It's like that. I mean, with a guy, you can reproduce till you I don't know, you're about to die. to your
Yeah,
80s.
100.
Yeah, but woman, as a woman, you got a time frame, and can't reproduce no more. So I feel like they know that. Knowing that, if they aren't trying, then it's like something's going on. Something's wrong with
the might be attitude, or they might just be.
What about you, Gary? How you feel?
I'm gonna have to agree with Mr. Mans on that one. The good brother once said, Kevin Samuels, my man. Kevin Samuels breaks it down, man. As a man, I don't think it's a red flag over 30 because you got to build your wealth, right? You got to build and establish yourself in the world.
Take care of a family.
Right. You got to prove to the world that, you are ready to do such and take care of your family and provide and all of that. And it takes time to get those things. And as a woman, you're born with your womb, right? And you're slowly decaying or slowly losing eggs as you get older and older until, it runs out. So like what one valuable man says, that a lock that opens any door, a key that opens any door is a master key. A lock that opens to any key is a bad lock, man.
Right.
What is that?
Yeah, that's true.
No,
like,
that's
true.
That's facts.
True.
That's
facts.
Yeah, the thing is too, like most relationships, like almost all the world, the man is usually older than the woman. So it's like women used to like the only circumstance I can see it not being a red flag, a woman being over 30, she got like a millionaire, what I'm saying, doing crazy business. But like if you like working at Wendy's or something like that, you over 30.
And next week I'll be on fries.
Only circumstance I can see a woman single over 30 is like she a multi-million. So
I got a question. No. So that's actually a good point.
Women are like they get washed earlier than men. I hate to say it.
Hey, so men, on that one by itself.
Men get better with time.
Facts.
Yeah. No, but
like
a
Drake
question
album
for y'all.
Oh my god.
Oh no, he didn't. Had to throw that one in there.
So for a woman, obviously, what if like her relationships aren't working? How, like, you know what I mean? You don't know that.
That's her fault. That's her fault for she over 30.
Yeah, I mean, because what if she has like 5 kids and it's like the dads aren't there and she's by herself?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like she's having kids, right? So it's like, wouldn't it be like?
No, she dumb. That's as simple as that. If you out here, hey, my man Kevin Samuels said you picked them. If you were a dude that's gonna shoot the club up and give you all these kids, and you know that he ain't worth nothing, he ain't pursuing anything, that's your fault. That's why I said, man, if God blessed me to have a daughter, I'm all that independent stuff is out the window. Because you got to figure, man, when we keep saying that these be independent and stuff, you're taking away from the family and the community. Right. Because what ends up happening is these women, these career women, they get all the money, and before you know it, they 35, 40 years old with no kids, and they already got their own crib. But guess what? We start distancing ourselves from being a community and family. And that's not how it's supposed to be. So, man, I could get into this, man, but you know what? I don't want to get in trouble.
I say
we really
can get greasy with this one, boy. But you know what? The grease gun's gone.
Yeah, we keep it light, man. We don't want y'all hating on this style.
Yeah, we'll say that for another episode.
But yeah, I don't think there's no red flags with a man that's single or no kids over 30, man. There ain't nothing wrong with it. My man's trying to build up his wealth and stuff. He's trying to get together everything in a line so that when it's time, everything's lined up, stars align, it's perfect.
And two, like if you over 30, like as a man, you building your wealth up, you want to find the right woman that you know not gonna be like a gold digger.
And statistically, they say a man is really not ready for marriage until 30 and over. So
right.
Because that you're supposed to, you do your joint in the 20s,
so
find yourself out. Yeah, you put your joints into your seeds in the ground. By your 30s, they're supposed to be flourishing. And you do your thing, you got your career, you can obtain a family, take care of somebody. And then the 40s is just on from there. But that's what the statistics say. I ain't mad.
So if you're saying the men over 30, what should be the age gap what should be the age gap? How much? What's a red flag in terms of age gap? If the man's over
For
30,
a man?
yeah, like if he's on over 30, trying to like, he's on his feet, he's getting good. What should be what's a red flag in terms of like age gap?
I'm not understanding. You're
he's over like 30.
No. So you're saying like as a man,
long
right?
as they legal.
But as a man, you're saying as long as they're over 30, right? And or over, I mean, like 35, whatever he's established, he's trying to find the right ones to take statistically everything. So like then you're looking at a female, that partner that he's looking at, like how big or how low can he go with? Because then you're looking at a girl that might be 30 and without a kid, then you're like, oh, that's a red flag. Right? Because it's 5 years if he's like.
Yeah, I guess you could think of it like that.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Anyways, let's move to the next topic.
Elijah Muhammad said that the perfect age for a wife for a husband is half their age plus 7. So if you 30, that would be 15 plus 7, which would be 22. 22.
Yeah.
Damn.
So if you're at 40, that would be 27, 50, 32. So that's what the honorable Elijah Muhammad said.
Hey man,
that
shout
seems
out
like
to
a big number.
Shout out to my wife, Katoya, man. She's 4 years older than me. So, and I always, for y'all young brothers out there, I tell everybody this. If you want to deal with a woman, or just for the women too, if you're going to deal with somebody in general, deal with somebody that got something to lose. Because when people got things to lose, they don't have time to waste with your time or their time. So it's all love, and it's all we enjoy each other's time, but we're not wasting each other's time. Facts. So just keep that in mind, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's true.
Well, on that note, we're gonna keep it moving. We can't interrupt the piece on that one. What's next? The college
That's
thing?
good. Yeah, the college day. Let's this is a big thing too. Is like just a general question: is college worth it? So like I'm gonna start on that one. But like I said, I just hate the fact that it's like in school in general. Like of course we learn stuff growing up in elementary, but like so many classes we take are so pointless. And y'all can probably testify to this. People that went to college is like. You remember, like, say certain degrees, like you take criminal justice, or not even criminal justice, like certain things, like
business
some of the class,
communication,
right. Some of the classes don't have nothing to do with my job field, and it's just a check in the box for like an employer. Yeah, exactly.
I think
the ultimate goal for you to go to college is to make money. Let's keep it real. You're not going to college. You have it going for the experience, have a good time. But at the end of the day, you want to have a job that makes good money. And unfortunately, when majority of people that do get that job, but you're still in debt before you even buy your first home. I mean, so it wasn't for me. I did 1 year and I was at a community college and I said, this ain't for me, dog. I said, nah. So, as you see my logo, man's cool and heating. I've been doing that for about 9 years right now. So I'm putting it to you like this, man. If you don't know, if you're not a college, like your book, you're not into the books and everything like that. I mean, you still got to do it for my field because you can't be no dummy. But I'm not saying that they dummies. But
right.
If you're not a college bred student or a human being, period, trade is the way to go, man. You got to figure anything, electrical, plumbing, HVAC. What I do is guaranteed money, and you don't have to worry about no job. Job security is the biggest thing in the times that we in now. I mean, just think about it. The pandemic hit. I couldn't tell you how many people was out there looking around like, please help. But guess what? We still got buildings that we got to keep running. Stuff needs to get fixed. So I'm just keep that in mind. I mean, job security.
No, I agree. Like I agree. I feel like I don't know about the numbers, but I just feel like a lot less of the new generation's not getting into trading. I feel like the market's just going to grow for it because there's not enough people there for it. But I definitely think that's the missed opportunity for people not taking advantage of that, because I definitely think that's going to be there. Everyone's just trying to focus on trying to maybe do the schoolwork or whatever, and then not working out, and then going to Wendy's instead, right? And not even focusing on the trade. But going back to the initial thing, I definitely don't think that college is necessary, but I feel like it's also now the standard, right? When you like applying to jobs or something, like back in the day, it was probably like high school. Now the bare minimum to get into like corporate America would be some type of college degree, right? Whether that's a master's or a bachelor's. But I personally don't think you need it. But the only thing I think you get away from it, kind of like going to boot camp, where you're away from your, like when you go to a school like outside of your state and you're on your own, you have to learn how to, make your own food, wash your own clothes, like get you ready in that sense. But like other than responsibility wise, but I mean, like you talking about like the school work, I don't think so. I don't think it's
you gotta keep it a stack, man. A lot of them kids that's going out there.
Yeah, after party.
If their parents out there, they got stuff all over the floor. You got dirty dishes in the sink. A lot of these kids not taking care of that hook because you ain't got mom and dad talking about clean it up. Right. So you ain't going, you can say all that if you want to because it's your shelf. But half of them, believe me, I did work on college campuses and a lot of them kids living foul. And I said, ain't no way your peoples will let you do this, man. But you know what? Hey.
But I mean, there's some people that, like they have that opportunity, they might learn from it, right? When they're on their own, and then they take advantage of it. But obviously there's definitely a majority of people that probably don't and just.
But it's just the debt thing for me, man. Like of
course. The money is for no reason.
I know some people, man, $180,000 in debt, and I'm just looking like, are you still going back to school?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, you got to make a decision. At the end of the day, how I'm looking at it, to answer the question out flat, I think college is still worth it, and especially depending on what field you're going into. It's definitely worth it. It's necessary. You have to have it. But I think y'all just looking at it on the surface. You got to look at why the whole system was started, right? The whole schooling system was started during the Industrial Revolution in order for them to standardize and have a like consistent level of applicants and people that come into working in the factories and stuff, right?
Right. Before that was in the 70s, right?
It was way before then, man. This is
what a 50. Yeah, this is you're talking about when
I'm talking about back then. Yeah, I'm talking about steam engine type stuff, right?
You know what I'm thinking about when they got rid of the factories in like the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, I'm talking. So that's when the whole system was started. So the school system was started in order to get people to be employees. So if you look at it from like a macro standpoint, right? The jobs have upped their requirements, right? So now to get a decent job, you got to have a bachelor's, right? Or in some cases, you want to be a teacher stuff, you got to have a master's. So they're forcing it. The jobs are saying, so I don't think it's a personal choice where you should say, oh, school is required or not required. You got to look at the whole thing from the bigger picture, right? In order for there to be some type of change, it has to come from the employers, right? They got to say that, oh, we would value or start taking some of these kids out of high school and stuff and giving them on-the-job training, right? On-the-job training versus telling them to go get, like Trey was saying, $100,000, $200,000 in debt and then coming and only making 40, 50K a year. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
the biggest thing too is like, obviously like the main, like, saying engineering, stuff like that, that's all work there. But like when people go to college for like visual arts, you know what I'm saying? Psychology.
It's definitely like Gary said, it's what you're majoring in.
Right.
If my son tells me he wants to go to college, cool. What are you studying? If he tells me I think I'm gonna do communications, you wasting your time.
What if he's trying to be like a sports analyst or something like
Yeah, but the chances of you being that is slim to none.
All that.
If you're gonna be real, man, you get into cybersecurity, engineering, stuff like that, man. Yeah, sports analysts. Come on, man. You know they giving the guys that's already played the game the first jobs.
Yeah, because that's the one. That's one as a fan. That's who you want to listen to too.
Yeah, you got these NFL legends, NBA legends, MLB legends. You don't want to see old Skip over here coming in from Harvard University. Yeah, I studied journalism and all this. Yeah, that's cool, but
he played high school basketball and
I play. Yeah, right. I was terrible. I was like, okay. So hey, man, I say go for the sure thing. I mean, but look, I ain't here to shut nobody's dreams down. If that's what you want to do, go for it. But the odds are not in your favor. I can tell you that much.
I think you still like it's a decision that you got to make by major. Like literally,
Yeah.
if you look at it, most STEM fields, you only are going to require bachelor's in order to get a decent job, right? But if you're looking into going in humanities or social sciences, like you're looking at master's, doctorate level. So I think that if you come in there with that mindset of, you know, what am I master or what am I majoring in and what is required in order for me to get a decent job, right? And look at the aspects of what that job's going to do, like then you got to make an informed decision. I feel like that's part of the stuff that needs to be taught in high school, where like you can push more trades and tell kids what their options are. Like going to college, if you're just going to go to college and meddle around and come out with a sociology degree after 5 years, that man, you would have been better off that 3-year trade school for HVAC or for plumbing, man. It would have been a lot better.
Coming out making 80.
Right.
Man, that's a fact.
No, I think like with kids doing that, going like, you know, getting so much in depth kind of has to do with them not knowing what they want to eventually get into after, right? Like they might be going to college and they're just doing like communications where they don't even really know what they want to get into. Later they realize that, hey, I want to get into like engineering, and it's, you know, you've already racked up so much depth and time, and it's like,
all right, man, we're gonna go ahead.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that was definitely a good comment. We're gonna have to come back and touch on that one, but man, we gotta congratulate, man, one of the hosts of the shows, man. My man More Money Mobley went viral this weekend with a
I saw that.
My man went viral, man. Tell us about it, man. What's going on?
So like the thing about the tweet, so basically somebody tweeted something was like Drake doesn't talk about real world topics. He always talking about lovey-dovey this, lovey-dovey that. First of all, it's a certified love boy album. So basically, Drake, he has a lot of like timestamp songs, like 5 a.m. in Toronto. He has 6 p.m. in New York. All them timestamp songs.
Dallas,
so like,
Dallas.
9 a.m. in Dallas. So I came back and the dude was like, oh, this dude was looking for 12 a.m. in Afghanistan. Like all the time. And then the world went crazy.
Hey, yo.
It went crazy, yo.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the power of Twitter.
Hey, yo, I did not condone what he just said, y'all. Them boys gonna come over here.
Somebody was like,
grab Anthony, yo. It was him.
Hey, yo, stop,
hey,
yo.
But, you gotta quantify it, man. How many likes and stuff we was looking at?
It was like, so right now it's at 22,000 retweets and 135,000 likes.
Crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy, man.
11 million impressions on Twitter.
Dang.
Wow.
So this is a start. Wow. We will keep going.
Boy, be rich.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Anthony for shouting us out.
Shout out to you, man. Shout out.
He shouted out the podcast.
Yes, sir.
In the comments.
We got like extra 2 subscribers. Every start. Every day start from from, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta start from somewhere.
Hey man, hey, the tortoise in our hair, man. Don't worry about it. Slow grind.
The seeds are being planted.
slow grind. Everything that come fast, leave faster.
Exactly.
Let them know, Trey.
Let's go, man. I'm trying to tell y'all boys, man.
All right,
trust the process.
Talking about everything that comes fast, leave faster. The next big question: if somebody gave you $1,000 today, what would you be investing it in? I'm gonna kick it off to my Mr. Mans first.
Pharmaceuticals. Not even gonna lie.
Specific, yo. Come on.
Hey, I'm going right to Pfizer and Moderna, all of them.
Let me give some more backstory. All right, so me and Trey was talking, and we got a call from our good man's B from Brownsville, and he was telling us about, you know, not everybody has a whole bunch of money to throw in the market, right? And we got to give some advice or let people know what they can do or how they can get started off with a decent amount. So the question I'm gonna ask everybody on the panel, and then I'll give my thoughts last, is if you had $1,000, what are you doing in order to make that money grow and invest in your future?
I would just say crypto. I'm gonna say crypto.
Yeah.
Y'all giving generic answers, man. You gotta be more.
Yeah.
Trey saying pharmaceuticals and Zishan saying crypto. Crypto what?
I said
pharmaceutical what?
Meaning as Pfizer and Moderna. All the stuff that's making all the stuff that's going on all these vaccines. If you got it, I mean, just throw it in the market, see what happens.
Right.
You know, everything's going to go up from there. That's my opinion with pharmaceuticals, because you know it's always going to be around. The crypto thing, it's been doing good, but like you said, with things that come fast, leave faster.
So Tommy was telling me about Solana is the name of this one crypto, and it started off at and he's been talking about it for quite a few months now, and it started off at 17 something. Now it's at 100, I think 79. And he's been on me yo, that's the one crypto you need to get on. A few years from now, you're gonna be sitting on a few hundred, maybe thousands just from that one crypto. So that's something that I want to put more and more towards.
Yeah, I feel depending on everybody's financial situation, what would you do with 1,000? It's you know what I'm saying, if you really broke, stocks, but if I was Bill Gates, somebody got $1,000, I'm throwing it on black and roulette or something like that. Don't on zero.
That's what you really do. Yo,
nah, for real. I'm throwing on a number in roulette, but nah.
That's not investing, bro.
But nah, if they give me $1,000, I'll probably when it comes to crypto, the only ones I'm really putting effort towards is Ethereum or Bitcoin. I had to run. Me and Gary, so we had to run with the altcoins. It kind of got to the point where it's man. It's just I feel like Ethereum and Bitcoin kind of most consistent. And I like penny stocks on when it comes to stock market too. Penny stocks are my favorite thing. Yeah.
All right, so let me break it down, man. Yeah, I don't know how much y'all can take that for. My man's putting it on black pharmaceuticals, crypto. So what I'm gonna say is the strategy probably that I would use is I would break the 1,000 down, right? Half of that money I'm putting into an index fund, right? I'm putting into something that's tracking the market, whether that be Dow Jones, which is the top 30 stocks in the stock market, S&P 500, top 500, or the NASDAQ, all the tech companies, right? I'm putting half in there, and then any future money that I'm getting, I'm going to be consistently adding to that, because you want to have something that's tracking the whole market, right? That's what people gauge, or they're benchmarking against how they perform in the stock market if they beat those different index funds, right? So I'm gonna allocate half my money to that. So with the other 500, I'm gonna take 100. I'm gonna throw in some altcoins like Doge, just some other ones, the one Z was talking about. I'll mess around in the market just for fun, right? And try to make some returns. Because one thing I felt is that, you hear a lot of people talking about how much money they made, and you see people at all of these Forex stuff and all of this talking about how much money. So you need to kind of get that urge out by allocating some of that to, trade the market, right? Play around with. But that's why I took that 500 and put in something I know, is what people are benchmarking their investments off of. So with my other 400, I'm going to throw it in some stable. I'm going to throw 200 of it in some stable cryptos, Ethereum, Bitcoin. And then the other 200, I'm going to take 100 and split between ARK ETFs, which is some nice innovation ETFs, and they're always talking about new technologies in the future. And then the other 100, I'm going to play around with in the stock market as far as either options or things like that. The stuff that people come to approach you with for how they're making money. So I think it's important to, take your money and try to learn those things, but taking that whole 1,000 and putting it to an altcoin, or taking that whole 1,000, investing in an option, I don't think is the best way to utilize the money. So
you're saying disperse it safely.
So that's what I was kind of looking from y'all, but we got black on roulette, we got pharmaceuticals, and we got crypto. So we thank
you for the breakdown. We thank you for the breakdown. Next subject.
Yes, sir.
And rolling the last subject. Breaking news. The president just came on, had a 5 p.m. press conference, and saying that He is mandating the vaccine for all federal employees, federal employee contractors. If you do business with the federal employees, you do business with the federal government, you got to take the shot. He's making a new law through OSHA that you got to have all companies over 100 people got to get weekly testing, or they have to get shots. Right. So what do y'all think, man? As the Delta variant is starting to take over, is this like a last ditch effort from the United States, or what y'all think, man? What are y'all?
It's crazy, man, because as I'm looking at this football game right to start, shout out to the NFL for ready to start the season.
Ain't no shout out to the NFL.
Nah, sorry,
man. They got 65,000 folks in here right now. No, nobody got a mask on. And we gonna see.
But that's Florida. That's Florida for you. That's in Tampa Bay. So
we gonna see. Yeah, my thing is, I mean, a lot. It's gonna be some smoke in the city. A lot of people is gonna be threatened with their rights,
right?
And which is expected. I mean, I don't feel as though you should make somebody do something if they don't want to. And I mean, it's gonna be a lot of tension. I don't know how this is gonna play out. A lot of people probably want to leave the companies that they're with, but. Hey man, this is the hand we dealt with right now. So, I mean, I already got it. So, hey,
right.
Don't worry about me, Skip. I'm good.
Yeah. Now you go.
So I'll say it like this: if you answer the last question in your head, what would you do with that $1,000? And you're thinking to yourself, I don't have it. Go get vaccinated and get that $1,000 and invest and get to where you need to get to. That's how I say it.
Facts.
Oh yeah, you did forget to mention that. They are giving people $1,000 if you have the vaccinate.
Only some people, man. You can't be
only
that as false.
Yeah. Only some people. Yeah, you're right.
It ain't even some people. It's depending on where you work at.
Right.
Yeah. It's
all I can say is do your research, talk to y'all employers. Just get y'all facts, man, because this has to end. In one way or another.
I just don't think there's another way. Like, okay, if you don't think the vaccine is the way, and you don't believe in it, I get you have a choice and do what you want to do. But then tell us what
you vaccinated, Zishan?
Yeah, I got both my vaccines.
Oh, I hear you, son.
Yeah. So it's like, what other alternative do you think? Like, did you come up with something at your house that you're gonna do to
Man, I'm thinking like this.
Sam, we got the Jack Daniels.
It should be pro-choice. You should, if you want to take it, you take it. If you don't want to take it, I just think the whole.
But then, how do you solve the issue? How do you solve?
Right.
If they're saying that only people that haven't took the jab are passing away, then if you take that risk, that's on you. But that's what I'm saying. So I don't think it should be a thing where you're forcing people. And I think the whole messaging in the press conference of him trying to strong arm the American, like he was saying that this is a fight against the unvaccinated. Like you're turning the vaccinated against the unvaccinated. Issue is that's not the issue, man. There's so many things going on. People are dying from, but according to the statistics, they're saying people that are unvaccinated are dying. So if you didn't want to take the shot, that's a consequence, man. And there's so much other things. You got the anti-lynching bill they haven't passed. You got the George Floyd bill, the John Lewis. There's so much stuff sitting on the desk and them coming on this press conference about forcing people to take a vaccine when we can't even get an anti-lynching bill passed through the Congress and the House, man. So, I mean, pro-choice, you take it, you don't, you don't. You know what I'm saying? If there's consequences when not taking it, you accept the consequences. But forcing people.
Yeah. I got two things. Like the thing like when COVID first popped off, like people was like, when is it going to be over? In the beginning, we were like, yo, we need to get a vaccine ASAP. And now it came. People were like, but I feel like the biggest thing about the vaccine is like, until something happens to like a close like person, to like people who like really against the vaccine, they won't really take it serious. Like yeah, my my wife's, her mom's boyfriend is like in a coma right now. So it's like
in a what?
Like in a coma. Like he had this is the second time having COVID. He never got the vaccine. Damn. And like and like who knows? Like, who knows like if a vaccine would have saved them? I know it would have helped at least. So it's like until it happens close to home, it's like
stats telling you what the vaccine is doing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Everybody is 90% of the people that's in the hospital don't have the vaccine.
Right.
Listen, but that's a choice. If you didn't want
you're
to
right.
take it,
It is
don't.
a choice.
So why force it on people?
But
if you don't want
right.
to take it, don't take it. And if as a consequence of that, you have to do. But if telling people you can't do such and such, you can't work here, you can't go here, you can't go to movie theaters, you can't go to concerts because you don't have vaccinated. Yo, it's just
But they might spread it.
Okay, so Gary, if
unvaccinated, vaccinated people can spread too.
Right,
I'm not,
Gary, but what if
fact?
But if you get vaccinated and it
that's
spreads
a very
to you,
true fact.
If you get vaccinated and it gets to you, COVID, it won't be as bad.
What was you asking, Shawnee? What do you got to say? If what?
So if it is your choice, right? But what if your choice of not being vaccinated is hurting other people, right? It's killing other people because you have a choice. That's fine. That's like saying I don't want to shower because it's my choice, but then I'm hurting the people around me by smelling like shit.
Yeah.
Right?
You can say that about anything.
If you aren't getting vaccinated,
you can say that
other
about
people.
Anything. You can say that anybody about drunk driving.
Yeah, exactly.
My choice to
about
drink
anything.
driving,
Yeah, your choice.
I'm hurting other people.
So exactly like drinking. If your choice is to drink and you're drunk driving, it's your choice, but you're hurting other people with your choice. Right?
And COVID might be killing more people than drug drivers.
Your choice
COVID might be killing more people than drug drivers.
Exactly. So that's what the whole thing is like. Oh, I'm pro-choice. That's fine. You can have your choice, but your choice is hurting other people, right? That's where the issue is. But unless you're in like an isolated island,
because you don't
see no humans, and it doesn't matter.
You got to get at least a 70% to be for it to be controlled or whatever.
I
people in the world.
Because like if you're in a house, you're unvaccinated, and you might you might be home all the time, but your dad always leaves the house.
Can you please explain to me how the choice?
Not talking about you specifically. I'm talking about
how the choice of people that are unvaccinated are hurting other people. If people that are vaccinated can still get it and spread it to people,
but just looking at the numbers,
they won't spread it.
They're not dying
they
as much.
Spread it lessly.
But
yeah,
they still spread it.
So they do, but they're not dying as much.
That's where the main confusion. All right, man. Y'all not making no sense. The main confusion is coming in because the whole messaging from the beginning has been messed up. Wear masks, don't wear masks. Oh, we were trying to protect the people on the front lines that need the mask. Okay, cool. All right, get the vaccine. You get the vaccine. You don't have to wear masks. You can go back outside normal life. Oh, you go get the vaccine. Now you got to wear masks. Oh, you can spread it too, just like if you didn't get the vaccine. Now you're saying, oh, you got to go get a booster. So now let me ask you this. All right, y'all said Trey, Mr. Mans was like, all right, it's cool because I already got it. Now say the federal employees, contractors, whatever. Now they're saying, oh, well, the variants are already out. So now you got to get a booster every 6 months. And you're taking a booster every 6 months.
That's where it gets interesting.
That's to keep your job. So I think y'all are looking at it surface level. Like if everybody gets the joint is going to be stopping.
Right.
I don't think that's the case.
But I mean, it's just like the flu shot. It'd be just like the flu shot.
The flu shot's not mandatory at all places.
But less people are going to die.
You're right.
Right. But like
because
even with the flu shot, they got through the flu shot or through the flu. The whatever it started from, the initial flu, they got through it through a vaccine. We're only going to get through this with a vaccine that people are going to pretty much have to take. And if you're going to take it,
y'all are not understanding my messaging. My messaging is not don't take it, take it. My messaging is that the way that it's been pushed to the public just doesn't seem right. And the messaging or whatever they're trying to use now is that unvaccinated people are the black sheep and they're killing everybody.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like that's an agenda.
If you want people to take vaccines, that just to me doesn't seem like, because you're just going to alienate the people. It's just like kind of like with the like the left and right wing people, when you kick them off of social media and stuff, and then they just go in the deep web. When you get people in those echo chambers and they only hear stuff or only listen to stuff that is confirming what they already believe, it just takes them deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole. So I just think there could be a better way to look at and approach this whole thing.
What is your solution to do to get rid of this COVID-19? What would you suggest that they should do then? If you don't believe in the vaccine, they should have gave you the
information from the beginning. They should have told you that, we're working on it. We don't fully know everything yet, but we want, like from the beginning, when they told you don't need to wear masks, they should have told you that you don't need to wear masks because we're low on PPE and we need to save it for the public, we need to save it for frontline workers. They shouldn't have just told you masks are not necessary and then come back and say they're necessary. They should they should let the people know so that they're making a decision or saying, oh, you need to take this vaccine to protect the people around you, not take the vaccine so that you can go back outside. Now you're back outside and they tell you to put the mask on. It's just like the messaging is backwards to me.
Okay, I have one thing to say. I feel you realize that I think that this is the first time that we're all going through this this pandemic together, right? They haven't been through this before. They don't know what, I mean, obviously they're learning what this as we're learning. I mean, they know more than we do, but they're learning about this COVID thing as time is going on. They don't have all the answers from the jump, right? Like it takes time. So for them to say that and then learn something else, maybe they learn something else about COVID that they didn't know before. So I feel like you have to give them a little bit of room for error in that sense. Like they're not perfect. They're not going to know everything right off the jump. Right. Like,
it's true. It's trial and error.
Yeah, trial and error. Cause this is the first time. It's not like something that's been around for so long that. And Gary, are you playing devil's advocate or are you actually like,
if you're doing trial and error, you shouldn't be alienating a group of people. That's all I got.
No, I definitely agree with you with the whole agenda, like getting people against vaccinated against unvaccinated.
The only way I'm trying to show this this side is because most people are vaccinated, but when I think that it's just going to come to the point where it's not only going to affect you until they start trying to roll these boosters out. So right now it's easy to say, like Trey was saying, oh, I'm vaccinated, so I don't have to worry about it. But when they come to you and say, in every 6 months, you got to take this shot because new variants coming, Lambda, Delta, Tri, whatever, Beta, Zeta, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a different conversation. And then it's going to be like, you could have helped out those unvaccinated people, which would have made it easier for you later down the road.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, I feel like this is like a trial and error type thing. Just figuring out what's going on and stuff like that.
Man, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Mr. Mans, you got an HVAC tip for us?
Yeah, I got one for you, man. If you guys are ever doing any gardening in the summertime and you catch yourself by your outdoor unit, just spray it down with the hose because little pollen and grass gets into the coil and it stops the airflow. So to prevent everything, keep it clean.
Yes, sir. We're going to go ahead and close it out. Don't forget to go follow Mans Cooling and Heating LLC and hit them up for any HVAC inquiries. With that being said, we out. Thanks for tuning in to Opinions to Million podcast. Please subscribe, like, comment, share. New episode dropping every week. You want to hop on the next one? Shoot us an email. Follow us on all social media at Opinions to Million. We out.